Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?
Yo, top of the top, the hustle don't stop. I appreciate everybody for pulling up in the BUILDING. It's your boy Big Dice the Ruler. I've been outside since we was drinking Calvin Coolers. Can you dig it? That's the slogan. They can't take that one. You dig what I'm saying? You know, they like to take. They like to take. They like to take. They like to take my diddy bop. I don't understand it. But you know what? Greatness is emulated. They already said that greatness is emulated. I was having a real good day. I have some real good music on my playlist. You remember that song just now played by Shaka Khan? I was watching artists last night, and he started it out with some great slow jams last night, but he took it down. Artist said he in the building. He said he got a live going out today. You dig what I'm saying? He got a live going out today. So I decided to start it out with some great music because I was feeling like some great music. So I want to play some more good music. You dig what I'm saying? And we're going to get into this work. Let's go. Shout it out, y'all. You know, I had to play some real good music. I want us to start out with some good music, get that vibe right. Shout out to Artist Morrison in the building. East New York told me that the volume was crystal clear. So I'm going to go to the top and shout everybody out. The first one in the building today was the sis, East New York. Appreciate you for pulling up in the building. We got the man himself, Lightside, a.k.a. Artist Morrison, a.k.a. Mr. Yeah! The go to this sector. Big dice stamp that. I don't care what nobody say. They be hating on artists. But Artist is the one that got this shit. Excuse me. They got the dirty sector popping again. Shout out to the dirty sector. Your boy is retired. I'm not in it. It's entertainment. Shout out to China Brim. Like he said, it's nothing but digital Hollywood. Y'all remember that. We got the Sister 7 up in the building. Appreciate you for pulling up and putting that membership back on it. We got Angie, baby! In the building. Artist tried to do it in the chat. That's why he was about to get 10 seconds. He's about to get 10 seconds. But we gave him a pass. We gave him a pass. That's what we do over here. We gave him a pass because we spread love over here. It's the Brooklyn way. You understand what I'm saying to you? We spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. My man, Big Jake, that's the mean is in the building. Big Brooklyn shit. I appreciate you for pulling up in the building, baby. You've been pulling up, showing love. Appreciate that. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's the only place where grown folks hang out and win. We got Miss Tanja in the building. Appreciate y'all for pulling up in the building. I got some content for y'all today. Shout out to TT. TT did a great show last night. I'm so proud of her. She got a book coming out. She has 4 books coming out. TT got 4 books coming out. And she had another raffle last night. And it's always lined up with the stars. It's not no rigged raffles or nothing like that. But every time she had a raffle, I won something. You dig what I'm saying? Every time she did a show with raffles in it, I won. Mr. I think for myself, I see you in the building. Artist said, yo, I'm on that Motown music today. I was listening to Artist last night. Artist went live. He got a lives lined up for y'all today. I don't know what Artist got in store, but we do know it's going to be entertaining. I don't know what Artist got in store lined up for us today. If y'all not subscribed to Lightside, shout out to Tizzle Tay, Queen Jayla, everybody over there at Lightside. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Hoodies Up too, man. I don't be giving my dude his props like that. Shout out to Hoodies Up. My nigga Dog Soldier, everybody in Team Guardian. You know, I got some content for y'all today. I'm going to drop the link. Anybody want to pull up and involve themselves or give their point of views with a couple of things that I got to talk about today because I'm kind of in the middle. I'm in a topsy-turvy. I don't know which way to go. So I said I was going to do a live on this. Shout out to my man Ron BX 050. He sent something to me last night. And I did a little research on it and I checked it out. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But it's a new day. It's a new day. When we was coming up, our parents were very strict. I must say that. Our parents was very strict. My mom's beat my ass. Well, no, let me rephrase that because that sounds abusive. My mother corrected me when I did things that was wrong. My grandmother corrected me when I did things was wrong. My grandfather, he only had to put his hands on me one time, and I never enraged that man to even think about putting his hands on me no more. But family members, friends, close friends, and everything, like I said, it take a village to raise a child, and that's how we came up. But today, because of new laws that was passed, you know, they don't want you putting your hands on your children no more. They don't want you putting your hands on your children anymore. If your child should happen to call the sheriff's department, the police department, matter of fact, they even have teachers, guidance counselors and teachers that have classes encouraging children, if they're going through any type of what deems to be physical abuse, to let them know. Word up. You dig what I'm saying? But it's something I want to show y'all. The man, I know y'all know about the rapper Pharrell from Virginia. The rapper from Pharrell from Virginia, well, he is actually now the new fashion designer and executive president of Louis Vuitton. This is all facts. Y'all can check this out. Pharrell, the rapper from the Neptunes from Philadelphia that is responsible for bringing out the famous rap group called Eclipse, and he's also responsible for some of the best production in the world. He just bought this new boot out. He just bought this new boot out, y'all. And y'all would never believe. Qualia! Hey, girl! Y'all would never believe that these boots are $82,000. 82 grand. $82,000. How y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about that? Nice pair of boots. I ain't gonna front. Good pair of Timbs, the real soul. At least it ain't them, how can we call it? At least it's not them Timberland soles that you get in shoe show. But how y'all feel about that? $82,000 for a pair of Pharrell design Louis Vuitton boots. Would anybody in here purchase these? I'm not talking about if you was on regular finances. I'm talking about if you was a millionaire, say if you was a multi-millionaire. Say if you had $1 million, you was a multi-millionaire, or you was extremely wealthy. Say you had tens of millions of dollars, et cetera, et cetera. Would you purchase these boots? Artist said, yo, they can keep them, even if I had it. Mr. I Think for Myself said, never. Seven said, they can keep them. Now, hold on, y'all. We ain't talking about with our finances and our budgets. I'm talking about $1 million budgets. Because for some people, this Louis Vuitton shit is something that you know, people are attracted to. You know, my mother had Louis Vuitton bags. My mother was interested in Louis Vuitton. We got Qualia in the building. If y'all don't know, you know she's been Louis and Gucci since she was a baby. How y'all feel though? She said them shits look like a tragedy. You want to hear some funny shit? If I had, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, because if you look at the Timberland Louis Vuitton sign that's on the side, remember when you get Timberland boots now, it's usually like a little key ring with a little square Timberland boot indication being recognizable to the world that it's an authentic boot. So I guess this is the reason why they put the Louis Vuitton, but they actually incorporated into a strap. See, that's a strap that you can take apart and take off your boot. I'm not gonna front. If I was a millionaire, I'd cop them. I'm not even gonna front. If I was a millionaire, I would cop these boots. I would. Maybe it's because of a Brooklyn thing. Maybe it's because we came up wearing Timberlands. And before you had all the beef and broccolis, before we had all the different designs of Timberlands, it was the original carpenter boot. The 12-inch carpenter boot. Word up. Oh, shit. A nigga artist said, my son just became a state trooper, and my first girl just made the NWBA. Shout out to Arizona. Shout out to your children, bro. That's a fact. Shout out to your children. Mr. I Think for Myself said, I just take a pair of them cheesy ones. Please. Will you please? Just let me get a pair of them. I don't know. I just said I would bring that up and show y'all what's going on with Louis Vuitton, because, you know, Pharrell is now the executive designer, CEO of Louis Vuitton. Ever since he's been going to these fashion weeks and these fashions extravaganzas, they decided to give him the green light. So whatever he wants to put together, and whatever he wants to put that insignia of Louis Vuitton on, he's going to do it. It's nothing to talk about. But these right here, you know, I ain't going to front. This shit's a little swivvy. And I think the way that he took the front brim and turned it down and put the LV logo on it, I think it was very creative. But I was told you can go to Canal Street and get these shits for $250. Now, let me ask you something. Would y'all pay $250 for them? Would y'all pay $250 for them? Come on, y'all, tell the truth. Good pair of denim jeans, good Scooby-Doo brown leather jacket, preferably a Pelly Pal. $250, I cop it. Artist said, yeah. I think it's time for me and Artist to do a battle too. I think we need to do another R&B battle of some sort. I want to tell y'all another story. I don't know if y'all heard about this. I don't know if y'all heard about this little story right here. Y'all heard about this little dude right here. I don't know if y'all heard about him. Before we get into this. This little guy right here. Anybody heard about him? Do y'all know who this is? Does anybody know who this is? It's a little dude by the name of Robert Rucker. Robert Rucker. That's his name, Robert Rucker. Well, check this out. The little story about this little dude is he was in his yard. He was in his yard, just playing in his backyard. His mother and his father was inside the home. He was in an enclosed yard. He was in an enclosed yard. He was in an enclosed yard where he couldn't just walk out into the woods because his house was surrounded by woods because of animals and such, et cetera, et cetera. Well, make a long story short, he just disappeared out the blue. He just disappeared. Dirty Sector, I see you in the building. Salute, beloved. He just disappeared out of the blue, right? And he vanished for approximately 2 days. 2 days, right? Now pay attention to this. When he came back 2 days later, because it was a group of people, all of these people right here are community people from his neighborhood that know his family that decided to go out and comb all these woods because, you know, a 12-year-old little boy, and unfortunately the weather was a little crazy. It was raining. All of these men scoured the woods from east, west, north, and south, the angle, approximated by their home, and could not find a sign of this little boy right here. But check this out. After 2 days, now if you see he has on a green shirt, this is what he had on when he disappeared. After 2 days, he came back looking like this. He went from this to 2 days later coming back looking like this. It's a little crazy. Am I bugging? Are we bugging? Came back 2 days looking like this. Apparently, he was in the woods for 2 days. Apparently, he was walking around in the woods unattended for 2 days. But neighbors have surveillance all in the woods. Neighbors have surveillance, actual surveillance of him walking around before he was found. And they captured pictures and images of this little man walking around the neighborhood. Now check this out. Look who he was walking. Look what he was walking around the neighborhood in the woods with. I could not get the whole picture, but if you pay attention, he was walking. Pay attention now. He got a goose on. He got a hat on, jeans, different clothes. Yo, Ron BX, salute. I said your name earlier for sending me that literature we're going to get into today. This is what the images caught of him walking through the woods, y'all. He was walking through the woods with 3 wolves. There was one next to him that was clipped out the picture. If you look directly behind his head, there are 2 wolves standing behind him, and he was walking side by side with the first wolf as they was in a pack. Carnage, walk, Mayo. They was walking around as they were in a pack of some sort. Like, and you want to hear some funny shit? They protected him. These wolves that were in these woods protected the little boy and did nothing to him. He was unharmed. He came back a little distraught in his face because this was him when he disappeared. And this was him when he came back. So if you pay attention to his eyes, this was him when he disappeared. And this is him when he came back. So disregard the little, dirt or whatever that's in his face. This is something that's imagined. Now, how was he found 2 miles away? How was he found? He was found 2 miles away because of footage and video, and the neighbors found him. Do y'all believe that story? Do you believe that woods filled with all type of animals just protected this little boy? See, I think somebody abducted this kid. I think somebody abducted this young man. I really do. I think somebody abducted this young man and whatever they done to him, because he said he was in the woods and they took him in a house. His exact words was, they took me in a house, but they let me live. They let me live. What little kid says they took me in the house, but they let me live? I believe someone snatched this little boy. I don't understand how he got out of his backyard that was enclosed with fence. But I do believe somebody snatched this little boy and they was worried about the repercussions. So what they did is they let him go. They put him in the woods. That's a fact, artists. God looks out for babies and that's a fact. God looks out for babies and fools. So send your prayers up for this little boy and his family, because this right here is not going to be the last time you hear about it. Maybe on here. But if you type this up, you will see the story I'm telling you. You will see the story I'm telling you. So shout out to this little boy and his whole family. But we're going to get into something more important. We're going to get into something more important. Abuse or discipline? Let's go.
Yeah. Top Tiger Tuesdays. How I start off, suck my dick. I'm from New York, a soul loser. A nigga might die if I take a loss. One down the middle, the other 2 shots coming across. I kept it told, why these niggas coming up short? I'm trying to see what's in the vault. Little mama trying to swallow it whole. She a savage, doing all those.
New Joff, let's go. Top Tiger.
Yeah. Top Tiger Tuesdays. How I start off, suck my dick. I'm from New York, a soul loser. A nigga might die if I take a loss. One down the middle, the other 2 shots coming across. I kept it told, why these niggas coming up short? I'm trying to see what's in the vault. Little mama trying to swallow it whole. She a savage, doing all those tricks with her tongue gon' have me lose it. To a nigga peeking over her gate like home improvement. I could touch it better, little mama, I could prove it. Your last nigga was a goofus. No need to worry, girl, I do this. Cookie good, build an empire where the I'm Picture me standing on that corner all night. That don't make sense. I only pop out for $1, so fuck your 2 cents. Playing with me will only turn me to a nuisance. Deuce out of my boat, don't make me use this. Yeah, and Top Tiger is the movement. So-called threats, when they see me, they never do shit. All praises to Allah. I don't fear nothing but God.
Well, shout out to Top Tiger. Make sure y'all get over there and subscribe to Top Tiger Tuesday. All right, I want to know something. For the parents that's in here, do you discipline your children? For the parents that's in here right now, do you physically discipline your children? Yes or no? Yes or no? To the parents that's in here right now, do you physically discipline your children? Like they say, belt the ass. Do y'all do that? Because I came up, you know what I'm saying, and my parents checked me when I was wrong. I didn't like it when it was going down. Don't get it twisted. And I especially didn't like when my mother would say, well, you know, the only reason why I'm giving you this beating is because I love you. Because that was one of the craziest things I've ever heard in my life. If you beaten me, how do you love me? But now I understand what she meant. It was like, when you do something wrong, you're going to have to suffer some consequences. And if our parents that physically disciplined us wasn't trying to teach us lessons, they would have just let us run and do what we wanted to do. They would have never even thought about discipline us, belt, punishment, etc., etc. Tanya said, no, I know not now, but when he was a baby, did you? When he or she was a baby, did you? When they was younger. She said, 27, not mine. Because I want to show you something right quick. It was a lady, a school teacher. A school teacher was arrested for disciplining her child. I got the video. I'm going to show y'all the video. Shout out to my man, Ron BX. I got the whole video. And I want to know, to the parents, do they think that she should have been arrested? I want to think, no, if she was wrong or if she was right. I think it should be a topic of conversation because a lot of these children today are growing up with no concern or no regard about repercussion. Like what happens to you when you do something wrong? They don't have no fear for death. They don't have no fear for jail. Did this happen, or do they have this crazy demeanor about them because they was never scolded or disciplined when they was children for doing things wrong? Check this out.
The video was clandestinely captured by another family member who has given us permission to show it to you. It appears to be a parent attempting to physically discipline her child. The sheriff's office now confirms.
Pay attention to the words that the news reporter says. Here's a video of a parent appearing to discipline their child. She has a belt in her hand. Now pay attention, y'all. Pay attention to this before we say yes or no. Guy, I see you in the building. Pay attention. She got a belt in her hand. You know, our parents used to be like, I'm going to beat your butt. She was better than my mother because my mother told me, check this out. Hey, Brownie, my mother told me, take your clothes off, nigga. Take your clothes off and get in that room. She would never make me strip down butt, but she would make me strip down to my drawers. And this woman right here is beating her child with the belt. Like my man Ron said, they said she beat him 22 times. Excuse me, she hit him 22 times in 12 seconds, they say. Brandon said a lot of these kids need them belts. So I want y'all to go over this again. I want y'all to go over this again with me and tell me how y'all feel about this from the beginning. Let's go.
The video was clandestinely captured by another family member who has given us permission to show it to you. It appears to be a parent attempting to physically discipline her child. The sheriff's office.
Now you see what my man said? Mr. I Think For Myself said, shit. I was born in 71. I was right after you, baby. I was born in 72. He said, my mom's would have done life because raising two sons was hard. We got our ass whooped. So did I. So did I. So did I.
The video was clandestinely captured by another family member who has given us permission to show it to you. It appears to be a parent attempting to physically discipline her child. The sheriff's office now confirms the woman is the mother of the 12-year-old son that is about to be struck with a strap or a belt 22 times, the beating lasting about 15 seconds. And it is difficult to watch. The woman then pulls the child up from the sofa by his hair, then unleashes.
Now pay attention. Pay attention. We're going to watch this video again. Pay attention. She pulled her son up by the hair. The sad part about it is, if you heard what they said, a family member is the one that took this video and sent it to them. She didn't know that she was being recorded. This woman did not know she was being recorded. This is a family member that took it upon themselves to record this and send it to authorities.
The video was clandestinely captured by another family member who has given us permission to show it to you. It appears to be a parent attempting to physically discipline her child. The sheriff's office now confirms the woman is the mother of the 12-year-old son that is about to be struck with a strap or a belt 22 times, the beating lasting about 15 seconds, and it is difficult to watch. The woman then pulls the child up from the sofa by his hair, then unleashes a torrent of profanity.
Everybody else is saying, please do your God work well, and she run off down there.
This video has also been viewed by investigators with the Mobile County Sheriff's Office, who identify her as 44-year-old Randy Nicole Staples of Grand Bay. But some viewers may recognize her as Mrs. Nicole Staples, a second-grade teacher at Cottage Hill Christian Academy. This is her booking picture from Mobile Metro Jail earlier this evening after being charged with felony willful abuse.
People are entitled to discipline their children how they choose, but that went well beyond discipline. It was abuse.
Mobile County Sheriff Paul Birch calls the behavior in the video repulsive.
It was sickening to see somebody that just could, repeatedly, strike their child and then snatch them by the hair and yell and cuss at them, and then I think the last strike was across his arms. Just there was never any question or doubt that she was ultimately going to be arrested.
Sheriff Birch says making the video even more confounding is Staples' reputation at Cottage Hill Christian Academy, which in May posted on Facebook that she had been chosen Teacher of the Year.
And it's, almost like a dual personality. And because by all accounts, I'm told that she is a good teacher and well respected, but yet, what happens in the home is clearly the opposite of that.
The sheriff says this is very much an ongoing investigation and that DHR is involved and is dealing with the children. He says he expects more to be uncovered as the investigation continues.
We did discuss this in depth with the district attorney, Keith Blackwood, and decided on the appropriate charges, and she will face justice.
Thank you. Tonight, Mobile County Sheriff's investigators.
Let me ask y'all something. Let's be real for a minute. My man, City Boy Salute, he said, it's crazy. This shit is crazy, guys. That's totally abusive and sick. How can you, as his mother, do that to your child? She hitting that rock a little too hard. East New York said, when is hair and all that is definitely abuse. She has a lot of hate in her. And you see the word she used? That's deep right there. Because I would have said she had a lot of anger in her. But anger and hate is two different things, but damn near two different emotions. Why? And this is why it is so important for a man to be in the house. This is why it's so important for a father to be in his child's life, his or his daughter or his son's life, because this right here is a clear indication, in my opinion, of a woman that actually seemed like she was just over it. Like it seemed like she was just like in nervous breakdown mode, because the way she hit him, I'm not going to sit here in front. My mother hit me the same way. He said at the last moment, he got hit on his hand. My mother always told me, you put your hand up, I'm going to hit you. And I got a couple of beatings that lasted longer than that. I'm not going to front, but I did some real crazy shit. For real. And she's a teacher at a Christian Academy school. She said, she asked him why he wouldn't sit down, because everyone else is. Woo. Brownie said, I wouldn't want her watching my kid. I doubt See, that's another thing. I doubt that she would. Matter of fact, we don't even know, but I doubt that she would do that to somebody else's child. And like I said, the rage that was inside her heart from when she grabbed him by his head and picked him up and pushed him against the wall. They say you got to be tough on little boys. But when it came to that, now when it came to the belt, I'm not going to front. I'm still undecided. I'm still undecided on that. For real. I'm still undecided on that. Uh-oh. East New York? That's you? Hello?
Yes, it's me.
How you feel about this? What up, girl?
Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. I feel that pulling of the hair, nah, that's a bit much. That's hateful. To pull your child's hair like that, I can understand little ass whooping or whatever, but nah, she went too far.
Yeah. Now, like some people said in the chat, how do you feel about the family member that instead of just going to break it up or intervene and say, stop, you're going too far, standing up there recording the whole thing? So the family member be...
Honestly?
Yes, ma'am.
Moron.
Yeah, I just don't understand why they didn't break that up. Because, see, I don't know. People be having different motives in their heart. What was the reason for her recording? It's like the person or he or she, whoever recorded that, had a different motive. It seemed like they had a motive of bringing this to the public. It's like they wanted this video to be exposed to everyone. And it's like the child, he got it not as bad as we used to get it, but he was fully clothed and you could see he was leaning over and she was striking him with the belt. But why did they record all of that? See, I'm starting to say, don't get it twisted. Do she need help? Yes, I think she does need help. She does need some anger management classes. Yo, BDB, salute my guy. God damn, $4, $5? If you ain't got $5 for a nigga. Shout out to my guy, BDB. But I think, yo, BDB, hit the link if you want to. How you feel about this, man? How you feel about this? As parents, what rights do we have to discipline our children? And in this day, think about it. In this particular day, children are raising themselves. The internet and everything is encouraging our children to be disobedient. You see what just happened the other day with the young lady in Chicago. I'm going to keep talking about that. All of them children that attacked that woman, one of the parents said she put belts to ass. Do you really, really think that she was trying to abuse him, or she was just upset and angry and just didn't know how to control her anger?
Good question. Both. I think both.
Where's the father at? Ron said, play the video again. I got you, Ron. Because this right here is crazy. But where's the father at? See, we got to watch this video again, man. Forgive me, y'all.
Like that?
I heard Miss Brownie say, I just heard Miss Brownie say that this kind of triggered her a little bit. So I'm not trying to trigger nobody, because certain things do trigger people. Certain things do trigger people. That's a fact. Yo, BDB, check this video out again, my man, and tell me how you feel about this right quick. This is a young lady that was working in a Christian Academy school and was chastising her son. Let's go.
The video was clandestinely captured by another family member who has given us permission to show it to you. It appears to be a parent attempting to physically discipline her child. The sheriff's office now confirms the woman is the mother of the 12.
See, pay attention to that. The only thing that I see, just like East New York said, is the fact when she grabbed his hair and pulled him up. If you pay attention, she's hitting him on his butt with the belt. He has on jeans, underwear. Let me tell you something. This is one thing I know. When I was getting my ass beat, I used to holler the same way, trying to make it seem like it was worse than it was. It's a cold-blooded fact. It was times my mother, let me tell you something. It was a time when my mother was trying to beat me, and I was just looking at her like the shit was funny, because the belt actually was not even hurting me. It wasn't even hurting. But when she grabbed him by his head and pushed him up against the wall, I think that was a little bit over. Now pay attention, like this.
The video was clandestinely captured by another family member who has given us permission to show it to you. It appears to be a parent attempting to physically discipline her child. The sheriff's office now confirms the woman is the mother of the 12-year-old son that is about to be struck with a strap or a belt 22 times, the beating lasting about 15 seconds, and it is difficult to watch. The woman then pulls the child up by his hair, then unleashes a torrent of profanity.
Everybody else will say, you're God, and she run off down there.
This video has also been viewed by investigators with the Mobile County.
See, the crazy part about that is, it sounds like that he might need a little mental evaluation. Miss Brownie said, my mom's tried to do that to me. We ended up fighting. She said, because that's not discipline, it's abuse. She's doing entirely too much. Now, you know what? When it comes to women and little girls, I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. When it comes to a woman and her daughter, I agree with you. I'm not going to front. But when it comes to a woman and possibly a mother that may be a single mother that has to take on the responsibilities of raising a young man, the only thing, and don't kill me, y'all, the only thing that I'm really upset with is her picking him up by his hair and pushing him against the wall. That's the only thing to me that I see that's a little bit too extreme. Now, was she using some vulgar curse words? All right. Yeah, she did that. Yeah, she did that. God damn it. We all been through that. At least I have. I don't know. I'm from Utica Avenue. I can't help it. I'm from Brooklyn. My mother, it was times when, let me tell you something, and I'm going to be real, because my mother wasn't really with beating me. She was not with putting no hands on me or no belt on me or nothing like that. But then my mother gave me so many chances. She was so lenient. You know what I'm saying? About so many things when she just got tired of talking to me and trying to reason with me and trying to get me to understand the roles between me and her. She's my mother. I'm her son. That's when she would flip the fuck out. Has my mother ever grabbed me by my hair? No, she hasn't. My mother ever grabbed me by my throat or anything? No, she hasn't. She never pushed me up. No, my mother never pushed me up against no wall. But my mother, one time I was talking to her and I was going to walk out my house and my mother stood in front of me and was like, so what you gonna do, walk over me? And I stopped immediately. So I'm not gonna front. When she grabbed him by the head and picked him up, that was a little extreme pertaining to me. But was she supposed to be arrested?
Yes.
I understand.
Yes. I mean, we all got ass whoopings, but that's a little excessive. You asked where the father is. If she got a temper like that, there probably is no father around.
Okay, let me ask something. Stop right there. And I'm glad you just said that. Please tell me why. Break down, go into a little depth of why you feel as though that anger is raised because the father's not around. Because you're a woman, so we need to hear this.
I mean, I never hit either of my children like that before, but something is wrong with her. I feel that she might have, what is that called? Like when the father leaves and he looks exactly like his father.
I don't know the terminology, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
being
that
upset with the
abuse is
son because the
excessive.
father is no longer around. I know what you're talking about. Just anybody in the chat know what that is? Damn, that made sense though.
And with a woman who acts like that, really, who wants to be around her? Even the dog is scared. Imagine what she does to the dog if the dog does something wrong. Jeez.
I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at the tap of the dog. That's it.
Yeah.
And Miss Brownie did say if she'll do that in front of a family member, I know she's doing the most behind closed doors. Damn.
Right. Right. Definitely. Why didn't that woman just jump, or whoever was filming just jump over there and take her off of him? Enough is enough. Even if it was 15 seconds, it was excessive.
You know what Miss Ellie just said made me actually think maybe that's the reason why the family member recorded it, because maybe it's been times before this incident where the family member, whomever they are, have recorded it and probably just felt as though that this is this is just not right. And she probably was trying to get actual video of it to take to the police. You know what? That does make sense. Because like Ms. Ellie said, if somebody else was there and she was doing that, imagine what she was doing to that young man when nobody else was around.
Agreed. Absolutely.
Damn.
Absolutely. Hell yeah, she should be arrested.
Do you think a child should be taken away from her?
I don't know about that because I don't know how much she does that to him. I don't know how abusive she is, but she treated him like somebody on the street. That's how I see it.
The only reason why I tried to be, empathetic, not sympathetic, empathetic to the situation, because I remember I used to give my mother hell when I was a young boy. When I was young, I used to give my mother hell. Like hell. I mean, repeatedly, my mother she never even wanted to put her hands on me or get a belt or anything. It was just times that I feel as though somebody had to do something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody had to do something. And you know what? It kind of came from me thinking about my grandparents. They were older. You know what I'm saying? My pops, he was running around the street. My pops wasn't with putting his hands on me. He was actually the one that used to tell my moms, yo, chill, ease up on him. That's not going to really teach you anything. So when he was around, no, that shit wasn't going around. But when my pops, say for instance, my pops wasn't home. Like if I got into school, I prayed when I got home, my father was there. Because if my pops was in the crib, I'd run to him and tell him, yo, check this out. By the time my moms get home, please don't let her kill me. And that was the relationship me and my pops had. Rest in peace to Ronald Young. He would always intervene. He would always be like, champion, all right. He got the idea. But when he wasn't around, my ass was grass. I ain't gonna front. My ass was totally grass.
Mm-hmm.
But what do y'all do today? Like seriously, what do the women do today that have children that they may feel as though they don't have no leash on and they don't have no control of? What are they supposed to do today? Are they supposed to involve child services and et cetera, and then risk the fact that our children going to be analyzed and evaluated and then maybe put on medication? Because the minute you take your child in for behavioral issues, the first thing they try to do is say, well, maybe we should just put them on this medication, or maybe we should put them on this medication. Maybe they're too hyperactive. This is what it is. So if we give them this is going to slow them down, like the Ritalin and the Adderall and et cetera, et cetera. What is a parent supposed to do?
No, my mother used to whip me like that. Cheese graters, extension cords, belts, high heel shoes. But it didn't change me. It just made me rebellious. So how I parented my children was they got slapped a couple of times, but not to the extent of abuse. I would take their stuff away, which would hurt them even more. Because remember, we're in a day now, cell phones, iPads, gaming systems. I'll take the door off.
Damn, you old school. Damn, that's old school. You can't even have the privacy in your room anymore. The door is coming off. That's a fact.
Right. But that's how I handled my children. So that's just
my
me.
mom's tried that too. She tried to take the ColecoVision and everything like that. It just didn't work. I think I was just a crazy little kid growing up. I had a lot of things going on myself. Thank God, though, I wouldn't have chose no other mother. My man behind the bar said, I got an extension cord one time, like once, and I learned my lesson. Now, I seen my cousin go through that. I've never experienced anything like that. Thank God. But I did see my cousin, and I was scared to go to my aunt's house because of that. I said, if I do something wrong, she gonna hit me with an extension cord too. So I was never really, enthused or trying to get over to my aunt's crib because my little cousin Keith, he used to go through it. But it's sad today because our children today are seeming like they're using the fact that they passed this law that all they have to do is get on the phone and call 911 if their parents put their hands on them, and their parents will automatically be arrested for domestic violence. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's nothing. If your child picks that phone up and calls and says you put your hand on them, you are going to jail. You are going to jail. But see, this is what I don't think children pay attention to. Once they are allowed, once the how could I say it? Once the authorities are allowed inside of the home, that changes the whole dynamics. Once the monitoring, where they're gonna, like, children, I don't think they understand if they're of a certain age and there's no one else in that home to watch them. I don't think the children know how deep them consequences is, because if you call the authorities on your parents for what you may feel as though it's abuse, this is what's going to really happen. Child Protective Services coming in and take you out of that home if your parent is going to jail or arrested.
Absolutely. Then where you at?
Yeah, then what you got to do. Now, you can mess around and go to a group home or to a foster parenting home and go through something extremely worse. Damn, BDB just sent me a video of a woman holding her child by a black woman holding her child by the hair, beating her on World Star.
Oh,
wow. Wow. I want y'all, matter of fact, I want y'all to pay attention. Listen to this right quick. Shout out to BDB. Listen to this, y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Shout out to BDB for sending me this right quick.
I got the message. I done paid you exactly what you asked for. Let my hair go. I don't care. Let my hair go. I don't care. Give me my phone. I'm gonna do a live. Go ahead. Let my hair go. I'm the same to you. I'm not leaving. She don't want you to. She don't want to pay. She don't want you to pay, sir. Man, show the money. Show what I paid. You paid, but we're gonna fix it. You not. Show what I paid. I'm not showing nothing. You didn't pay enough. This is the money, but you're not leaving. Hello? Man, you sound crazy. Bro, let my hair go. We cannot leave you. I'm gonna sue you, bro. I'm gonna sue you.
Oh, she's right. That is a woman beating her client, telling her that she did not pay her the amount that she wanted to get her hair braided.
Lord.
Jesus. Tanja said we were sent to the South for the summer when we acted up.
Yep, that too. That too. I don't know, Dice. I don't know. Your this was another thing my mother used to do. She would take my earrings, my chains, my gold teeth, my clothes, my designer sneakers, and make me go to school thinking, I'm looking like a bum. I wasn't going to school without that stuff.
Yeah, my mother started that too.
I just didn't listen.
My mother said that too. She said, I will have you go to school looking like a scarecrow if you act like you don't want to listen to me.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
When my mother went to work in the morning, I unlocked her bedroom door and I got my stuff out to wear for school. With the credit card. Yeah, I put her through it. That's why my mother always told me, I hope one day you have a child and may your first child be a daughter. And that's exactly how it worked out.
Ooh.
But my daughter, thank God, totally different child. My son, a little bit more like me. So it happened with my son, but he's not that bad though. I can't say. I have to thank God. I have two good kids.
Praise God for that. Praise God for that. I just saw this because Ron sent this to me last night and it just bugged me out. I'm just looking at this whole situation. Like I was actually, like Miss Brownie said, it actually made me think. It made me go back to when I used to get disciplined. You know what I'm saying? She said a lot of kids in 2025 have anxiety and are overstimulated. See, I just said that too. I just said that it could have been something going on with that young boy that needed to be addressed professionally. Yo, great grandson, I see you in the building. It's
like, what could he have done that was so bad that put her in a rage like that?
She said all the rest of the kids was sitting down. Yo, great, you heard about this? Let me show you this, great. Check this out. How you feel about this, great? Is this child abuse? Is this child abuse, great? Let me know something. Pay attention, y'all.
The video was clandestinely captured by another family member who has given us permission to show it to you. It appears to be a parent attempting to physically discipline her child. The sheriff's office now confirms the woman is the mother of the 12-year-old son that is about to be struck with a strap or a belt 22 times, the beating lasting about 15 seconds, and it is difficult to watch. The woman then pulls the child up from the sofa by his hair, then unleashes a torrent of profanity.
Everybody else is saying policeman to your God work welcome. If she run off down there to
This video has also been viewed by investigators with the Mobile County Sheriff.
Yo, Great, how you feel about that, man? You know how we grew up. How you feel about that, Great? Is that child abuse? Or is that a mother chastising her child? I think the extreme part is when the only thing, and y'all don't kill me for what I'm saying, the only thing that I saw that was extremely wrong in my eyes is when she picked him up by his hair. Like, damn, like that was a different type of rage.
Look at the poor dog.
You see what great grandson said? Hell no. Hell
Wow.
no. See, because that's how it's crazy. That's how we were actually. Let me tell you something. My grandmother's ass whipping. Now, if you want to talk about abuse, when I was a child, I remember saying this to her one time. I said, this is child abuse. And she did this shit again. My grandmother would go outside because I usually was down here with my grandparents in the summer. My grandmother would go outside and find 2 switches, right? And I told her, I said, this is child abuse. But this is how they was raised, and I guess it was passed to her. And she said, well, if it was good enough for her, it should be good enough for her children and her grandchildren. My grandmother would go out and get 2 switches, right? And she would dip the switches in water. She would pour water over the switches, run them shits right over the side of the holes on the side of our house, and get the cutting my ass. Like, ain't no waiting for no drying down. I'm talking about. My grandmother used to hit me with that switch, and it sounded like she had the speed of a Chinese kung fu master. Like we was watching a kung fu flick, like. And I don't care if I had on pants or shorts. That double braided switch, I felt it to the core of my skin. So was that child abuse? Because I said, Grandma, that's child abuse. And she beat me for saying that was child abuse. Is that child abuse?
Well, once you mention to your grandmother that's child abuse, you're going to get it even harder. And don't put your hands up to block. Don't do that.
Yo, let me tell you something. My grandmother, when she hit me with that switch, I had a delayed reaction of a voice. Like the first hit would just, my vocals would just disappear. Like I was screaming to the top of my lungs, but nothing would never come out. No, I mean, I'm hollering and screaming. My guy Rose Gold, I see you in the building, guy, salute. Now, Rose from the South, he'll tell you that. This is what they do down here. They will get switches. They will get, this is something that's used, this is a method that's used to this day and age. When you got a grandmother, now I don't think too many of the mothers, I'm talking about the grandmothers. See, the grandmothers, they feel as though, what we just saw, the grandmothers felt as though that the belt did nothing. The grandmothers felt as though that they wanted us to feel excruciating pain. So, yo, Rose Go, how you feel about this, man? Is this abuse or is this a mother chastising her son?
The video was clandestinely captured by another family member who has given us permission to show it to you. It appears to be a parent attempting to physically discipline her child. The sheriff's office now confirms the woman is the mother.
Hey, you see what Rose just said? That's a cold-blooded fact. You see what he just said? See what he said?
Yep.
I had to go outside and find a switch. That's how crazy my grandmother was. If you went out there and didn't come back with an efficient enough switch, because, you know, if you send me to get a weapon to kill me, it's going to look like a toothpick. And that would enrage her more. Because if my grandmother had to get up out of her couch or whatever to go outside and get the switch, she'd get 2 of them and braid them together. Yo, dog, salute. We playing something right now about a young lady, a teacher. That's his teacher in a school Christian academy. A Christian academy, public school. Her child, dog, check this out. Is this abuse or this is what he was supposed to get?
The video was clandestinely captured by another family member who has given us permission to show it to you. It appears to be a parent attempting to physically discipline her child. The sheriff's office now confirms the woman is the mother of the 12-year-old son that is about to be struck with a strap or a belt. 22.
Now, hold on. Check this out. Dog Soldier said, check out what Dog said. He said, the technique is off. He said, but that's not abuse. That child is just noisy. Now, I know people may say I'm crazy. When my mother used to hit me, I was crying before she hit me. It's like when she went to raise her hand, I'm screaming, ah! I never forget, my mother picked her hand up one time. I said, ah! She said, I ain't even hit you yet.
My mother used to tell me, I'm going to beat you and you better be quiet. You better not scream.
Damn, that's crazy. Chief, what's up, my guy? I see you in the building.
I think the pulling of the hair is abuse. The way she did that, that's a little bit much.
Yeah, that's the only thing that kind of, I think it's wrong. That was an extreme gesture, but abuse. Like now, if she would have picked him up by his wall, because it seemed like she was struggling with picking him up. Now, I've seen people grab people, slam their head against the wall and beating their head up against the wall and XYZ. I'm talking about adults, not children. I'm just saying that to me is a little bit overboard. But as a mother, because she's upset. She's outraged. She's totally outraged. And you know what? A lot of parents, and I believe this now, a lot of parents, I had to spank my son 2 times in his life. 2 times in his life. And when I had to spank my son, no, I didn't do anything like that. One time he got that belt action. It broke my heart to have to do that to him because that's my child and I don't want nobody else hurting him. But I know me discipline him hurt his feelings and it hurt his pride. Rose Gold said it's abuse these days, but when we was, but that was regular back in the days. Like, so I don't understand. You dig what I'm saying? Chief said she went overboard. That looked like a PTSD whooping, post-traumatic stress disorder whipping. Wow.
Wow, that's deep.
And we did just say this. It looked like she had a rage that was on her that doesn't seem like it was explained. We don't see that the whole thing. You know what I don't like about the social media and the network and these computers and all this bullshit? Not trying to sound funny. Do I think she was wrong? The only thing I think she was wrong about, I agree with you, East New York, when you say she pulled him by the head to pick him up. That part, yeah, she was wrong for that. She was wrong for that. But if she would have, now I know people that parents would make them get in the tub and soak. Hear what I'm saying? Would make them take baths and then would beat them raw skinned the second they got out of that tub, did not give them a chance to wipe off or dry off, would beat them with belts. To me, that was some type of abuse, because if you can tell your child, you know what, go get in this water that's going to soften up your skin. You know what I'm saying? It's going to soften up because, skin is tough. So this water, when you get in that water, you start to shrinkling up. It's going to soften up your skin. And then when that child comes out of that bathtub or out of that shower, and you don't even give that child a chance to take a towel and wipe that excessive water off them, and you beat him or her, in my eyes, that's abuse.
Agreed.
But I don't see abuse with that story right there, y'all. I really don't. Now, was she wrong for picking him up by his hair? Yes. But I don't see abuse, because all I see is a woman that's aggravated or totally aggravated with something that she was asking her child to comply with. Maybach, stop, I say. Yo, Maybach, tell me something, baby. Did you see this right here? Did you see the situation right here? Is this child abuse, or is this a parent disciplining their child? One more time, y'all. Let's go.
The video was clandestinely captured by another family member who has given us permission to show it to you. It appears to be a parent attempting to physically discipline her child. The sheriff's office now confirms the woman is the mother of the 12-year-old son that is about to be struck with a strap or a belt 22 times, the beating lasting about 15 seconds, and it is difficult to watch. The woman then pulls the child up from the sofa by
How you feel about that then? How you feel about that, my guy? Is that child abuse? Or is that a parent's right to discipline their child? Because if we watch the video, matter of fact, let's listen to what the sheriff said.
His hair, then unleashes a torrent of profanity.
Everybody else is saying, you're God welcome. It should run off down there.
This video has also been viewed by investigators with the Mobile County Sheriff's Office, who identify her as 44-year-old Randy Nicole Staples of Grand Bay. But some viewers may recognize her as Mrs. Nicole Staples, a second-grade teacher at Cottage Hill Christian Academy. This is her booking picture from Mobile Metro Jail earlier this evening after being charged with felony willful abuse.
People are entitled to discipline their children how they choose.
You heard that? People are entitled to discipline their children how they choose. See, I don't. See, to me, it just seems like this is getting the attention and really getting blown out of proportion because the video was sent to the sheriff's department. He just said it. People have the right to discipline their children. I know some people that don't feed their kids if they was bad in school. You want to be bad in school? Take your ass to sleep. Take your ass to sleep. You hungry? We came up in some real fucked up times. Now, to me, that's abuse. You didn't even let the kid eat. But then some parents in their mind feel as though that the technique or the method of madness that they create is actually going to help their children. I never thought to say, yo, you know what? My son got me so mad or did something that was so disappointing or upsetting to me, I'm not going to allow him to eat his dinner. But some people do. Like I said.
After an ass beating like that, you ain't got to worry about me eating dinner because I ain't coming out of my room. I don't want to look at you.
I feel the same way. I'm going, the minute you stop putting that belt to me, all I want you to let me do is go to my room. Or if I'm in my room, all I want you to do is leave my room and totally disregard that I'm in that room for the rest of the night.
Yep. I wasn't coming out for no dinner. Nope. I'm not hungry.
But it's sad because what is a parent like? What? See, now I think it's to the fact where they're actually wanting parents, like I said, to pull their children, or they're actually wanting parents to involve child protective services or child welfare with the fact that they need help raising their children. Now, that's a topsy-turvy too, because if you go to child welfare stipulating that you're having a problem with your child and you don't know how to correct them or you don't know how to stop them from doing these actions, isn't that for them to deem to say maybe you may be unfit? You shouldn't even have the child?
Could be.
That's why this whole story is bugging me out right now, y'all.
Could be.
There's so much to this story, man. And like they said, now she's gonna lose her license. Mandatory, they're gonna tell her that because of that video that has been shown to the world, it's the only right thing to do. So to discharge her, to terminate her from her position because she's a second grade school teacher. But she's just been voted the best teacher of the year. So is this a person that really does have a problem with anger or emotions, or is this a mother that's just fed up with her son disappointing her? Which one is it?
Good question.
For real, because if she's such a great teacher to the fact where the school is acknowledging her for being one of the best teachers in the school, and obviously that means the children also must feel comfortable with her enough and cherish her and respect her enough, because if she was a bad teacher, they would be acting out in school.
Yeah. Salute Maybach.
He said, parents, my man Maybach said, parents have the right to discipline, but it can be considered obsessive for this day. See that? For this day and age we living in these days. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Because we was coming up, my mother beat my ass in public school. I'm telling you, listen to me. My mother came up to school one day. Let me tell you why I got my ass beat. My last name is McLeod, and I didn't go to school for St. Patrick's Day. That's exactly how stupid it
That's
sounds, but it's the truth. My
That's an
last name is
Irish.
McLeod, and I decided if my name is McLeod, that is from an Irish name, I should not have to go to school. So
No,
I
you
ditched
didn't.
public school. So my mother, when she found that this how crazy it was. My mother, when they found out that I ditched school at night, my mother gave me an ass whipping. My grandmother gave me an ass whipping. My uncle, he punched me in the stomach. My pops, he said, your mother's gonna kill you. That's all he said to me and walked out the house. He said, Joe, I can't even help you with this one, man. Your mom's is gonna kill you. That was his exact words. I can't do nothing with this one, man. Come on, man. You know she gonna kill you. And the nigga broke out. The next day, check this out. I got them ass whippings from my grandmother and my mother. I caught the gut shot from my uncle. The next day, my mother came up to that school. They called me to the principal's office. When I go to the principal's office, I see my mother sitting right in the guidance room, like, oh my God. And rest in peace to my public school teacher, Ms. Harper. Ms. Harper told my mother, take him in my office. And my mother walked me in that office with Miss Harper, and Miss Harper left that office and closed her door.
No doubt.
And my mom's pulled that belt out of her pocketbook and gave me the working of works that day. Now, hold on. If this is abuse, I'm in there screaming like an African trying to go back to his country. Now, if this is not abuse, because the principal of the school accepted my mother's right as a parent to come to the school. And she told Miss Harper, she said, since he wants to keep embarrassing me, I'm going to come to the school and embarrass him. You know what I'm saying?
God bless your mother. She was
His
right.
mom's getting in front of us.
Your mother was right, though. Your mother was right. Did you really think that because it was St. Patrick's Day, or you just did that to be spiteful?
No, it was, you know what? I was a kid. And you know what? I never forget, my man Glenn told me this shit. And he ain't even cut school. He ain't even cut school. We was all up in front of the school, getting ready to go inside. He was like, yo, you know you ain't got to go to school today. I said, why? He said, because you Irish, right, Dice? Damon, excuse me. He said, you Irish, right? And I said, what do you mean I'm Irish? He said, your last name is McLeod. And I didn't go to school. I went to the park.
He set you up.
Lined me up. And he went to school too. That was one of my best friends. Shout out to Glenn Ford. I know my mother, when she looked at me, she said, why you ain't go to school? I said, because it was St. Patrick's Day. She said, what the hell I got to do with you? I said, ain't we Irish? And my mom just gave me the two-piece. Ding dong. That was before the ass whipping when I got upstairs. That right there caught the two-piece. Young, young. Like she hit me with the left and then the right. No punches, slaps. Like she told him, get out of here. My grandmother said, no, leave him downstairs. So I'm thinking my grandmother is going to be empathetic to her baby. You know what I'm saying? She's going to assist me in not being killed by my mother. My grandmother bust my ass. My grandmother bust my ass and then sent me upstairs because I'm thinking that I'm going to stay downstairs with my grandmother, because usually after my grandmother give me an ass whipping, she felt so bad she would baby me. Like she'd do something like cook something that I wanted to eat.
Right.
And then she sent me upstairs to my mother. And my mother, literally, the first thing she said to me was, go in the room. I'll be in there in a minute. That's how she would say, I'll be in there in a minute. So I'm sitting in the room, sitting there going, my mother's about to come murder me. She's about to come kill me.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother couldn't do it. Like, you know how some parents just say, I feel as though that lady right there was better in ass whippings than my mother, because my mother had to give me a speech while she was whipping my ass. Every whip came with a word. Yo, didn't I tell you about, yo, why every time I got to talk to you, yo, I'm tired of these teachers playing with you. I ain't raised you like that. The next time you go up to school and the next time these teachers call me and let somebody tell me that you was, that's the type of ass whippings I'm used to.
Right, right.
For real. Conversation, physical altercation, belt to body. No, like you said, my mother said, and I dare you to put your hand up. You better not put your hand up. Because I used to go, Mom, right, you got it. You know, I'm crying, hollering, snot running out my nose. You got it. I've made a mistake. And that would make her mad. She was like, I ain't finished yet. My mother would stop whipping my ass when she got tired. It's a cold-blooded fact. My mother would whip me till she was breathing like, and then would go in the room and sit down.
And she got something because she sure ain't want to hurt her hands, right?
No, that was that belt. That was that belt work.
Yeah, they weren't using hands back then. My mother used to say, I don't want to hurt my hands. Go get me the wooden spoon or something.
Oh, that happened. That was when I got to like junior high school and stuff like that. It wasn't the wooden spoon. It was the big silver spoon with the holes that she used to use to stir up sweet potatoes and all that. Because, my mother broke a stick on. My mother broke a broom over my shoulder. She was like, yo, you just think you too tough. And she said, I'm tired of this because them belts, my mother gave me an ass whipping with a belt. And I'm just looking at her like, I'm just literally laying there letting her do her thing, just looking at her. And I think it enraged her more because I was no longer crying. It was like I was immune to the whole technique. I'm like, yo, she's gonna hit me a few times with this belt. That shit don't even hurt no more. And that's when my mother said, oh, you think you grown? And went and got the silver spoon, the long one with the holes in that shit. And that shit right there is real, especially when you get hit to the elbow with that shit, trying to block yourself from getting popped. Yo, the big 1090 Jake, I see you in the building. Salute, bro. Yo, Jake, how you feel, man? When you was coming up, did your parents discipline you? Because we got a lady that's been arrested. See, that's the crazy part about this, y'all. Let's finish watching the rest of this, man. Let's do it one more time. My man 1090 in the building. Let's go. Yo, 1090, how you feel about this?
I'm going to drop down.
How you feel about this, 1090? Is this abuse or this is a mother doing what she was supposed to do?
The video was clandestinely captured by another family member who has given us permission to show it to you. It appears to be a parent attempting to physically discipline her child. The sheriff's office now confirms the woman is the mother of the 12-year-old son that is about to be struck with a strap or a belt 22 times, the beating lasting about 15 seconds. And it is difficult to watch. The woman then pulls the child up from the sofa by his hair, then unleashes a torrent of profanity.
Everybody else is saying policeman to your work welcome. If she run off down there.
This video has also been viewed by investigators with the Mobile County Sheriff's Office, who identify her as 44-year-old Randy Nicole Staples of Grand Bay. But some viewers may recognize her as Mrs. Nicole Staples, a second-grade teacher at Cottage Hill Christian Academy. This is her booking picture from Mobile Metro Jail earlier this evening after being charged with felony willful abuse.
People are entitled to discipline their children how they choose, but that went well beyond discipline. It was abuse.
Mobile County Sheriff Paul Birch calls the behavior in the video repulsive.
It was sickening to see somebody that just could, repeatedly, strike their child and then snatch them by the hair and yell and cuss at them, and then I think the last strike was across his arms. Just there was never any question or doubt that she was ultimately going to be arrested.
Sheriff Birch says making the video even more confounding is Staples' reputation at Cottage Hill Christian Academy, which in May posted on Facebook that she had been chosen Teacher of the Year.
And it's, almost like a dual personality. And because by all accounts, I'm told that she is a good teacher and well respected, but yet, what happens in the home is clearly the opposite of that.
The sheriff says this is very much an ongoing investigation and that DHR is involved and is dealing with the children. He says,
you can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, but he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when the kind of minds be cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. Hold these expensive clothes like was that smart? Now they uploading they clothes on the Poshmark. Switch baby, careful with this. I mean this bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like high Hide from who? Bound to put your car on skates, you think you sliding through. I help build my niggas, this ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means, I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas, I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from, what y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, but he still told. I really don't believe these niggas can fuck with me. My time. Now. Niggas gotta be drunk. They see anything different. Top. Show myself when I get home, then I'ma take the streets. Right. Looking in the mirror, this a better me. Like self-care, I'm making time for me. I know these niggas mad cause they can't fuck with me. Right, prove me you love you, now you stuck with me. Real. Don't goof around cause it's no luck with me. Show me you love you, now you stuck with me. Real. You know I'm real, can put your trust in me. Try to make them get my vision, I'ma paint it. Move dangerous, cocaine V is white painted. Move cautious, the niggas call it scared, I call it smart. They too tough, they thought it couldn't happen, now you shot. I thought truth, I jumped off the step. I'm a different stoop. Star Wars, gun in the mask. Boy, a different troop. Yeah, picture niggas playing around with Rosa son. Have my youngin' light them up, I get you rolled in one. They ain't talking about money, these niggas talking light. Sitting on a brick and a half, I make a move tonight. Yeah, bucket low like I'm a fisherman. No money, I just give her the rod. I'm trying to will her in. Yeah, she turn to Mimi when she up there. Love her when I touch there. She can't get enough, oh yeah. I'm the nigga you call when your man bugging. That's right, gon' cry on my shoulders. I know we fucking sound foul, but she been wanting to get a pussy up. And yeah, it's a good enough reason to get a pussy up. Show myself when I get home, then I'ma take the streets. Looking in the mirror, this a better me. Like self-care, I'm making time for me. I know these niggas mad cause they can't fuck with me. Right, prove me you love you, now you stuck with me. Don't goof around cause it's no luck with me. Show me you love you, now you stuck with me. You know I'm real, can put your trust in me.
Y'all already know where y'all heard it first. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Said I was gonna give y'all some content. Shout out to my nigga Ron BX for sending me that story. Because like I said, this right here, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Am I upset that she picked him up by his head? Yes. But believe it, I gotta have some empathy. Obviously she's angry. Obviously she possessed some type of rage. East New York was talking about it earlier. I don't know what that syndrome is when a mother is no longer with the child's father. And it's so upsetting to her that little boy, or that little girl. But when it's a little boy that looks just like the father that's no longer involved with them, this is not all women I'm talking about. Some women harbor anger within themselves because their father the child's father is no longer with them, did not treat them accordingly, didn't show them the respect that they felt as though they deserved. And that's a whole group of hurt and pain. Everything ain't about just trying to be an evil tyrant. Some people deal with pain so much differently. Some people get upset and they eat for pain. Some people cut themselves because of pain. Some people go out and just do promiscuous acts, have sex in the street, just loose sex, men and women, not just women, men and women, because of pain. But this one right here, this is a sad situation all across the board. Just like a couple of you people said, instead of sitting up there recording the mother chastising and disciplining that child, they could have inconvened. They could have just walked up and said, yo, chill, leave it alone, hold it up, break that up. But then again, you got to think, it's so many sides to this. It's so many sides. Did the person that sat up and recorded this act Were they fed up because this mother is really an abusive parent? Were they fed up because this mother, instead of talking to this child, has a bunch of incidents prior to this incident that could make someone gather up and believe that this is really an abusive parent? Or is this just a parent that was tired and frustrated that particular day about their child being disobedient or disregarding what they had asked about them? Because you heard us saying, how come the rest of the children are in there sitting down, but you not? Maybe the child has a disorder. Maybe the child has an undiagnosed medical condition that the mother is unaware of. I pray that this situation gets resolved. It's only obvious she's going to lose her job. I don't know how they're going to deal with this in court, but I wish I could be in court to see how this played out. Because just because she was beating him, that's not the belt part. I'm just saying this. Don't kill me, y'all. Don't kill a messenger. The belt part, I'm not going to never look at that as abuse. You know why? Because he had his clothes on. And if you pay attention to the video, because it's on YouTube, she was striking his buttocks, striking his buttocks, striking his buttocks, striking his buttocks. Now, if she'd have been beating him in his face with that belt, shit, if she wouldn't have had no belt, would have been punching him all in his body, punching him all in his face, slamming him up against the wall. To me, that's abuse. Yeah, that's abuse. But should a mother trying to raise her child or get some type of, develop some type of respect? Like I said, God knows I done got my ass beat a few times because it was things my mother asked upon me that I took upon myself not to comply with. My mother never was one to just jump up and say, I'm going to beat my son. Never. My mother then she would always give me 575,000 chances before one day she'd just be like, oh, you think I'm playing with you? And then when it came to her being embarrassed, maybe that's a false emotion that shouldn't have gave her the right to discipline me. I totally disagree. If I disrespected or didn't listen to what my mother or my grandmother or my grandparents was asking about me, if they didn't correct it now, like my grandmother said, if I don't correct what you are doing now, she said them police in the street are going to correct it. She said, if we don't teach you now the difference between right and wrong, when you become an adult, you're going to go out into a world and probably live a life of crime. If your child walks over to the socket with a fork, trying to figure out what you're going to do. You're going to pop that child like pop, pop. If you tell your baby, stay away from that oven because that oven is hot. You see, but one or two things we're going to do. We're going to tell that child, yo, leave that oven alone. Leave that oven alone. And what's the other thing we're going to do? We're going to let that child experience that heat off that stove. We've all did it. We've all been through it. So I'm going to stay up with this case right here. I'm going to stay on top of this case right here. And y'all know I like giving up updates. So I will come on back. Shout out to East New York for pulling up on the stage. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. Shout out to everybody with the super chats. Shout out to everybody with the memberships. Y'all already know the slogan. You dig? Another day alive, another day free. Y'all know the rest. Peace.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? spots, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?